Hello and welcome back to the Behind the Signs series. And today I am joined with the one and only Linda Shelley. Linda, thank you for joining.
Thank you, Garrett, for having me.
Linda, we sent some questions to topics that we were going to talk about today, and she, quote, hated them. So
I did.
I'm going to start with all of those first.
Okay,
Good.
good.
No, I'm just kidding. So, Linda, how long have you been in real estate, and what got you into real estate?
7 years. About 3. I'm getting ready to start my fourth full year.
Fourth full year.
Started
Started off part-time. So we're going to...
Very part-time. I was barely selling a house a year.
We're going to talk about that.
Part-time.
So you were in the education field. You were a teacher.
I was actually...
How long were you a teacher?
Well, 9 years total, but it was teaching my previous profession first.
Okay.
So as a surgical tech. In
Surgical
the
tech.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the teacher land.
And then,
Educational field.
Took that education that I was teaching and then brought it into the local area.
So what grade were you what age kids were you teaching?
9 through 12.
9 through 12. That is a fun...
Very trying.
Very
trying.
You learned a lot of patience during that?
I did.
So tell me kind of how everybody's got, a background before they get into real estate. Very few people go 18th birthday, I'm becoming a real estate agent. Tell us kind of what's influenced your career and, the lessons that you learned of being a teacher and how that has impacted you as now real estate agent.
Okay, well, I actually think that being a surgical tech actually influenced me more. So I'm going to hit I'm going to hit on that more.
Yeah, surgical tech. That's interesting because I would like to hear that.
Okay, so I did that. Actually, I'm still certified as a surgical tech. I do keep up with my certification. So it's been 27 years that I've been doing it, that I've been kept up with it. But that does teach you patience too. You're in life or death situations. You have to predict people's next moves. You have to be prepared. Basically, you're in charge of the sterile field. So I think all of that cumulatively helped because I have to be very patient when I'm out with people. You have to read the room. You have to know who you're dealing with, how to communicate with them. So I think that more or less helped me more than teaching did. Teaching just broke me down.
Teaching wore you down.
Teaching broke me down.
9 through 12th graders.
Yes.
Little kids throwing spitballs and all that.
Lots of ruckuses. So I think that helped
Surgical
me.
tech, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to be obviously very precise with the things. You got to be
very
regimented,
precise.
And then you have people added into that equation. So you got to understand people.
Yes, and it seems like a controlled environment, but things can go south very quickly, and you have to learn to adapt to those situations and be able to work within, the tools that you have. And I feel like real estate's kind of like that too.
Yeah.
You think you're going in one direction, and then all of a sudden
things
go south, and you're headed in a whole other direction.
50 grand under the contract price, and now you're like, okay, now we got a deal.
We got a rotten inspection, and things go south. So it's just all about adapting and restructuring and getting it together and making it happen.
That's it, making it happen. Speaking of making it happen, so your husband, Mike, aka Dave,
yes,
he recently got his real estate license.
Yes.
And now you guys have joined together as a team. Tell us about that.
He's more my helper. Sorry, Mike.
Oh my
Sorry,
goodness.
Mike.
I hate when she does that.
He's more my helper. Mike was with Walt Disney Company for 25 years, and after COVID was offered early retirement, and he had nothing better to do. And so I was getting very busy, and I just said, hey, go take the real estate test and let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Come help me
Try it out.
So he's been in it almost a year. Not a full year, almost a year. And he likes it.
Yeah.
We have fun.
He's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
Shout out to Mike. We have fun working together. It's sometimes like teaching 9th through 12th graders, but oh no.
I didn't say that. But
sorry, Mike.
Yeah, but
well, tell us.
He's learning lots, and he's having fun doing it, and it's fun to work together. And
there's a lot of husband and wife teams in real estate, and people have all different kinds of setups with how they do it, and some people seem to do really well with it.
We haven't found our niche yet.
You're working on.
We're working on that because he's so new and he's very regimented. And if you tell him it's black and white, then it needs to be black and white. And real estate is just not black and white. It's no transaction is the same as another transaction. So trying to learn real estate is very hard, and for some people, and I understand that. Again, it's that you have to adapt to the next thing that's thrown your way. But he's getting it down. And so once I think he learns more of the concepts and
there's a lot of intricacies.
Then we'll be able to say, okay, you do this part and then I'll do this part, and so. And
I think that's important with any team period, but husband-wife combo, friends, whatever.
Know your strengths and
know your weaknesses is the big thing. So, and it's always great when husband's got this strength, wife's got this strength, and like, how do we? And definitely, and you got to find that out over time.
And we both do, and I know he's got other strengths that I don't have. So for sure,
that's good. Well, you guys are doing great from everything I can tell.
Thank you.
So good job.
Thank you.
So the real estate industry had all the NAR lawsuits and all these things, and some rules changing and buyer agreements all in August. So now we're in December. How have you adapted to that? Pros, cons, learning lessons.
Lots of learning lessons. Actually, Mike and I sometimes role play.
That's good. Yeah.
Those situations, because what the public understands and what they think they know and what they don't know is very different from the reality of the situation. And so having those conversations with each other helps us to have conversations with our clients and explain how things are going now. So it's been a little trying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a time to adapt, and it is good to, like you said, because there's a lot of intricacies of the business, so you run into new things all the time, and having someone to, like, hey, how do we deal with this situation? Like doing a role plays and doing things like that's a great move.
Yeah, we're working on that.
You've worked with a lot of people that have moved from out of area into Brevard County. Do you have tips for someone that's in that position where they're relocating from out of area and coming here?
I have had quite a few clients that have come in from out of state or just from out of the area. And I think when they come in for the weekend, the thing that I like to do is take them around in my car. It's fine to send them off and say, oh, go check out this area, go check out that area. But they're not really understanding the area and seeing what's out there and what's available. So I like to put them in my car, and as I'm driving around, say, oh, well, that's where this takes place, or we have a great time, and this is a great restaurant, that's a great area, whatever. I think taking them around and then having them go out and explore on their own is helpful. Most of the time when my clients come in town, they stay for the weekend, and so they get a couple days of driving around and looking at properties, and then they can go out on their own. And I always tell them to go every place that they want to look at and venture to. Go during the day, go during the afternoon.
Yeah, different
and
times
go in the
of day.
evening, go different times of the day, and just check out the areas and get the feel for what the area is really like. Yeah, at all times.
I think you have some agents that are like, I don't like have people ride in the car with me, and they're like, liability or whatever it is. And I was always kind of like that way too, because it was good to have the additional time when you're in the car, one, just talking about things that they care about, getting to know them, and then both having, like driving through an area and like being able to point out, like, this is where this activity takes place. I like to go here. This is this restaurant, so that they get like that good feel on the area.
Yeah. I don't take everybody out in the car with me. You obviously have to fill people out, but
again, just don't drive around any serial killers.
But then again, I also have Mike with me usually. So if I am going to take somebody in the car with me, it's usually the two of us. Yeah. Which actually makes other people more comfortable too. Yeah. It's a couple setting, and it's not you're by yourself. I'm not going to put myself in that situation, but
that's good. Yeah. Safety first, folks.
Yes. Safety first.
Safety first.
Safety first.
So I'm going to give you two options in this next question. Oh, gosh. Want to recall like a story, client that sticks out in your head. Give us either a heartwarming one or a funny one and walk us through that transaction? Funny or heartwarming. So whether it was one that went really good and had a happy ending, or one that was
actually closed. Like
this was funny. Heartwarming, probably, hopefully ended in closing.
Mm-hmm.
Any of them that you can think of?
I mean, I have a funny story. It wasn't a closed story. We're still working together, but
we're
still working together. Hopefully,
current transaction.
But we were in a very, very nice high-end $1 million home not too long ago, and it was a beautiful day because we've had nice weather, and all of their doors were wide open, their sliders, and it was all sliders across the back end, and they had a bird out in the patio, enclosed patio. And when we walked out to the patio, the gentleman that I was showing the house to, him and his wife, he ended up, I guess, scaring the bird. The bird flew into the house. And we were trying to get the bird back out of the house with 12-foot ceilings with the pool net. And he is swinging the pool net across, and again, $1 million house. And I'm going, oh my God, please don't break anything.
Through the house.
Swinging the pool net. We were trying to get the bird out. The bird ended up landing on the floor, and the people's cat jumped on the bird.
Oh, no.
The bird got away. It was a happy ending.
Wait a second.
Happy ending. The bird did get away, but the cat literally
landed on the bird.
Jumped down. I tried to attack the bird. There was feathers flying. The bird did escape, and we actually caught the bird and got him outside the screened area. But it was actually
the fact that the bird lived is a pretty incredible piece.
It was.
Of story.
I actually we all took pictures with the bird together. It was a little bird.
Oh, okay.
I do have pictures.
Yeah.
I have pictures proof.
Cute bird.
It was very funny at the time, but I think that's what sealed the deal. They're my clients now for life. We shared a moment. We saved a bird's life.
Shared a moment saving a bird.
We saved a bird's life.
That's a fun one.
That was a good one.
Yeah. I don't know why this story just popped into my head, and I'm just going to tell a random story right now, but I was out showing a house in Merritt Island, and the back door had one of those automatic locks on it, and I was like, I'm going to go jump the fence. The fence was also locked. Lucky day for me. So I'm like, I'm going to jump the fence, go unlock the front door. So I go, and I'm like, way too confident. I'm like, I'm an athletic young man, and on the top level of the fence, my foot caught as I was jumping over, and I did a full barrel roll, and then landed on my back, and then also knocked the wind out of myself too. So that was a rough showing. They didn't buy that house.
Oh, my people haven't bought this house either, but
little 12-year-old girl ran out. Are you okay, mister? I'm fine. So yeah,
just sprawled out.
Showing, there's a lot of fun stuff that comes up being a real estate agent. And what's something that you think, like maybe from the outside as a real estate agent, that people don't see that is really important, a really important piece of being a real estate agent, to be a good real estate agent? Like, what's something that, maybe it's not super obvious to people, but what's an important piece of being a good real estate agent? Communication.
Listening skills.
Yeah. Listening skills is...
I think being able to listen to what somebody truly wants is important. Because I think a lot of times, I know when I was buying a house, I would say these are my top things I need, and every time we went and saw a house, I was like,
felt unheard.
There's no boxes checked here.
Yeah.
So I think listening is good. Communication, back and forth.
Listening is a big piece of that. And I think there's a tendency in real estate, when you have like a ton of real estate agents out there, agents oftentimes feel the need to sell themselves on like how good they are in their services. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to do the talking to show the client that they know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. When really, like, what's important to people and what matters is like, are you as a real estate agent listening to everything, like all your clients' needs, wants, motivations, and hearing them, and then providing them the solution, not starting with here's all the incredible
I've done this
things I do, and yes, listening. That's good advice. Wrapping up here, what made you join Denovo?
You did.
Me. Wow, I didn't plan that one.
Garrett did. I was having a real estate issue. I'll tell the story. Can I tell the story?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I was having a real estate issue, And a mutual friend that I didn't know Garrett at the time. Mutual friend said, "Hey, I know a broker, and you should talk to him," because I couldn't get in touch with my broker; they were just unreachable. And I was at a bar restaurant on a Friday night, and Garrett called me at 10:00 and said, "Why didn't you just call me? Of course I will help you. You don't have to work for me.
Happy to help.
I'm happy to help with anything. What is your situation?" I basically told him. He talked it down to I was being ridiculous in the situation. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Advice.
No, he basically explained what I needed to do, and then said what you always say: "Now go sell that house."
Now go sell that house.
And it did sell, and we got over the hump, and yeah, I think that was
awesome. Happy to help.
Not just that you're available, but obviously you're very educated.
I gave you somewhat good advice.
You gave me very good advice. You gave me very good advice.
Cool.
Yeah. Don't sweat the little things.
Don't sweat the small stuff. That was what Mike Lindley was just saying.
Yeah. I mean, but it takes a lot to learn that, especially when you're new and you're in a new situation. And I was new in the selling realm. I'm pretty much a buyer's agent for the most part. And I was selling a house, and it was selling for friends of mine. Mm-hmm. And so
you want to do a good
I was
job
trying to do the
for
right
them.
thing. I'm being watched. And I just, it's not hard to second guess yourself. I still do it. So I think just having someone else confirm you're doing the right thing, just follow your gut, go by the rule of the law, get it done. And
all kinds of crazy things happen. And it's like, what's the best thing to do in this situation? Okay, let's do it.
I think the chocolate covered strawberries help too.
And the chocolate covered strawberries. Done. So, well, Linda, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure chatting with you. How can the people reach you?
Call, email. Do you want me to tell my number?
You can throw your number out there.
321-243-0916.
Give her a call.
Give me a call.
See you next time.
Or just come into Denovo and find me. Come find me.